Hi, my name is Justin Shanty with the JDR J-Star KTM team. I work for the number 105 of Matt Moss. Today I'm going to show you how to remove and install new graphics on your bike. I do mine off of the bike so I can take them off. On these I'm going to put some shrouds and an airbox panel on for you. The graphics tend to get pretty beat up with the knee braces and just everyday riding, so these are about hammered, so we'll take these off and put some new ones on. Take the shroud off, just take your seat bolt out. Just pull your seat off. While you have the 8, go ahead and, there's an 8mm shroud bolt right here. All right, and then there's 4 of these gold color screws. They're a 6mm. Pull those out. One there, 2 under the seat here, and then 1 bottom of the tank. Okay, that takes the shroud off. Also, I'm going to do the airbox panel because the way the KTMs are built, the airbox panel comes up and it's still, the knee braces and stuff still hit the panel, so I'm just going to do that whole side together. Only 2 bolts hold it on. It's one of those gold screws on the top here underneath the seat, and just an 8mm here by the number plate. It's got like this recessed collar in it, so make sure you grab it. Set that aside, and the panel should just slip right off. All right, the way I take the graphics off, I like to heat them up, and it makes the glue stick to the graphic better instead of having to pull it off and take all the glue off. There's a couple different ways you can do it. You can take a heat gun and heat it up. I just do it a little bit faster with a torch. Just makes it go a little bit faster. So just try to heat up one side and keep pulling it, and the glue should stick. Around where it's all cut up, we'll just take a little bit of acetone and get all the old glue off and prep it for the new graphic. So. Just kind of heat up the whole thing to get it a little bit more pliable. You don't want to melt the graphic onto it, but just get it hot enough to where the glue is going to start sticking back to back on the panel. So then it should be a little bit more stretchy. Just kind of pull it off. See, no glue is staying on there, so that's all pretty clean. Just around the edges is where all you're gonna have to clean up. So get about halfway and just keep. Keep working your way down. Okay. All right, we got that off. We're gonna do the same thing on the shroud. I'm just gonna take a little bit of acetone or brake cleaner. Acetone works a little bit better. It seems to attack the glue a little better. It's just acetone from Home Depot. Put a little bit on like a microfiber or a shop towel or whatnot. And you can see where the boot and the knee braces have been riding. Just kind of rub it. You can see when the glue just kind of lifts off of there. Also, the acetone cleans all the plastic and makes it a lot easier for the graphics to stick. All right, got that one cleaned up. We'll set it aside. We'll put the graphics on all at the same time. So put that one over here, then we'll start on the shroud. Just a little bit bigger, same process. Just pick a side you want to start on. I start back here. So just heat it up. All right, just this last little bit, and then all the old graphics are off now. You got relatively no glue left on the shroud, just the places that have been worn through from just regular riding. So same thing, just a little bit here. Some acetone, just kind of hit these spots that kind of wore through the graphics. All right, now that you got that all cleaned up, you're ready to put your new graphics on. We're gonna put our team graphic kit on here. Install makes these, they're real nice. Real good quality, thick graphic here. So the shroud on the KTM is a little bit difficult, not too bad, but show you a couple ways here to get it on a little bit easier without any bubbles. I like to start in the front. I work this way on first and then go up here, and then I'll do the back. So I just flip it over and I just take off the backing on the section I'm going to work on right now. So I go to here. I'm just going to do that part now. That way everything's not sticking all the way around, you know. So, and then just because the graphics are always a little bit cold, while I have the torch out, just touch them. Nothing too crazy, just to get the glue warmed up. Makes it stick a little bit easier. Don't get too close with it. And then I just start at the bottom. Kind of work my way up. Don't be afraid to you can pull it back a few times. It's pretty good quality stuff. And then always work in one direction, whatever direction is the open side. Never pull it back this way, because you're just going to pull air, which creates bubbles back into the graphic. So always going to go up like this. Get the edges real good. And then you'll see where it's going to stop, where the backing's here. So now I'm going to work this way because this is the open side. Like if it's already stuck down a little bit and you don't want to keep going, just kind of pull it back to where you are, and you can kind of hold it as you go. Put that on. All right. Okay. I've got it here where you're going to line up the bolt hole. So before you even stick any of it down, get the hole lined up. And with the KTM, it's got this ridge here, so the only thing it really wants to stick is just that ridge, so it makes it pretty easy. Kind of let it sit real loose and line the hole up first, because you don't want to get to the end and it be off and then you have to backtrack. So get the hole lined up, kind of put some pressure around the graphic there, and then you can come back here and get the ridge. If there's a spot not wanting to lay down, that it's kind of probably just a little cold, if you feel more comfortable, you can use like a heat gun. It doesn't get it as hot as quick. Just hit it with the torch a minute. There. And it'll sit right down. Anytime you want to, you'll see up here when we get up here, you'll have to kind of force it down just because of how sharp of an angle. If it's not wanting to sit down, you can also take the heat gun or the torch to it too. So. Got the bottom laying down here pretty good. We'll go back on a couple of these hard corners and hit that. So it's all laying down. You want to make sure everything's laying down before you go ride, because as soon as you get dirt in there, it's not going to stick. And then when you wash it, it's just never going to stick. So any open spot like that you want to hit. You just don't want any big creases. Like if it gets to where it's going to crease, just hit it once and it makes it real soft. All right, that part's done. Now we're just going to go to here and just kind of, before you pull the backing, make sure you know where you're going to want to line it up, how far up, how far down. It's kind of, if this part's straight, this part's going to be, it's going to lay right on the shroud the way it is, because there's so much of it already put down here. So you can either heat it once you pull it, or I like to just do it when the backing's on there. Pull this. Just make sure there's no film or paper that gets caught under there. It won't want to lay down. So here I just kind of loosely put it where I'm going to want it, and then it's kind of not all the way stuck in the middle, so just go in the middle here and push it down. Like I said, you can pull it up a few times. It's not gonna, it hasn't adhered yet, so just do the bottom. Always remember pushing everything out and not into the graphic. So got the bottom, now we're gonna go to the top. I'm just gonna throw a little bit of heat on it. We're gonna get up to where this is gonna bend over, and we'll put some more heat on it then too. Push it out. Okay, we got the shrouds all installed here. Just want to show you real quick, like on the fender and stuff, you're gonna do it basically the same way. Just peel a little bit of it back, just kind of work it this way. Same way with the number plates. You just want to, any hole that's in the graphic or any bolt hole, always line that up and then go from there. It just makes it easier. This shroud's basically the same in the front fender. In the kit, it comes all cut out already. Just slap that on there, get you some of your numbers, and I hope that helps keep your bike fresh at the races. This has been a Transport Motocross how-to presented by Lucas Oil. Thanks.